At this point in their career, In Flames are less of a band and more of a musical institution more than anything else, since they're helping of creating Sweden's legendary Gothenburg sound 3 decades ago. They've never really followed one set path. They're a melodic metal heavyweight. And this is something that's kind of evident on their 13th full-length album called I, The Mask. It's out March 1st via Nuclear Blast. I'm going to start this review by saying I kind of fell out of love with In Flames a few years back, I think. They just weren't, to me, producing great, exciting or interesting music, in my opinion. The last album, Battles, in particular, missed the mark in a number of ways for me. You can go to the site now and read our review of that. And I really didn't like their follow-up covers EP, Down Wicked and No Good. Again, you can read the review on the site for that. Obviously, it's the covers EP. It's always going to be questionable whether or not it lives up to, say, the albums. There's no comparison, really. And to be honest, there wasn't like a massive amount of excitement going into Either Mask, truth be told. That because particularly when the singles started dropping and we saw like both ends of the scale In Flames, which kind of left a bit of confusion. You know, what was the album going to be like when we got such varying quality in these singles? On the one hand, the title track and Burn are cracking, catchy melodic metal numbers, particularly the title track. I think that's a great song. But on the other, This Is Our House was everything bad about the band. Overproduced, commercial sounding rubbish. Again, all of these single reviews, you can go to the site now and read them. But that's just 3 tracks out of a 12-track album. So the question is what direction does the rest of the album go in? Now, the pointless electronica at the start of Voices doesn't exactly bode well, but thankfully it's brief and literally erupts into In Flames delivering a robust slab of melodic metal. It's catchy as hell and Anders' vocals are on fire here. It's only kind of held back by a chorus that doesn't quite, to me, hit the right notes. The banger that's the title track follows next, exciting and rhythmic as hell, as previously said. However, the current trend of hit and miss In Flames tracks continues, as Call My Name is blandness personified before I Am Above really delivers on the heaviness and fire. What's the deal with In Flames? These 2 tracks couldn't be more further apart. You know, you get something that's so just average and just like, yeah, we're doing our stuff, and then you get this real punch, this real heavyweight of a song. They're really opposite ends of the scale of quality, and it's frustrating because when In Flames are good, they're really good. The clean cut production on the album really highlights the best of their kind of groove melodeath style. The album definitely feels like a band trying to recapture their early days, but not being quite capable of delivering that anymore. You know, 30 years into their span, trying to recapture what you were able to do when in your first or second album, you're always going to struggle. Case in point is Follow Me, a heavy ballad that is oddly positioned, I think, but has some great guitar work, in particular a solo, but it's then followed by the worst track on the album, the aforementioned This Is Our House. I gotta say, what were they thinking with this one? The vocals are rubbish and it's as commercial as the band could possibly get. If you were looking to put a song out there that could get instant radio play because it was safe and easy, this is it. Perhaps I would say like this, the kind of song like if you're first getting into metal, you'd hear this and think, oh wow, this is brilliant, you know, but after this long into In Flames' career, you kind of expect better from them. How we go from that to the extent we'll remember is simply flabbergasting. Top draw vocals, an absolute belter of a chorus, and some really dark and heavy riffs. So I don't think anyone can be blamed though for throwing in the towel here as the lighter rockiness of In This Life thing kicks in. Don't give up on it though. Don't give up on this one though. It really grows and grows. It's definitely one that you need to give more time to and a couple of extra listens. The classic rock style is actually really appealing, and it's the one track we kind of want Anders to kind of shut up just so you can hear the guitars. The man's vocals are incredible. They are. He's an excellent vocalist. But this is one where like the guitars really excel. The nasty and heavier side of In Flames makes a return for Burn before Deep Inside sees the metalers really dig deep to right the ship once again. They manage it with some impressive riffs and a perfect mix of clean and dirty vocals. The moody melody and whispered vocals that come at the end are pretty damn great. And I, The Mask, ends with a double ballad ish of All the Pain and Stay With Me. The former is flat and uninspired, utterly forgettable. It's just a filler track, even if it kind of gets meter and meter as it goes on, while the latter has some really nice melody, decent acoustic guitar strumming, and a pained vocal performance. We probably could have done without 2 similar tracks to end things on though. Either Mask is a really aggravating album. It's so hit and miss. You have to start wondering if they're doing it on purpose. There are great songs here, really high quality stuff that can sit alongside the best of In Flames, but there are also far too many meh tracks too. The gulf and class between the good and bad is quite staggering, really. It leaves a very confused feeling. Kind of what I said at the start regarding the singles. I think it leans way more towards quality than bad, but it's right down the middle of the road most of the time. You know, the tracks that are bad aren't like inherently, oh my god, that's the worst thing I've ever heard. But they're just kind of like, oh, is that it? Oh, that's just an In Flames track. Whereas the good stuff's like, oh yeah, this is banging. I really want to hear more of this. It's a shame it's not weighted completely on that side. But then it is a 12-track album. You know, maybe they could have easily maybe cut 2 or 3, and it would have been better overall. A 9-track album with maybe 1 or 2 that still weren't great, but way more weighted towards the quality. Anyway, check it out yourself. It's out on March 1st by Nuclear Blast, and let us know what you think.